you don't know about building a house. You see what he did, don't you?
He built his house himself?
No, quite a bit. He got it started, and then the people saw him struggling trying to build it, and one woman down the street, she said, "You can see if this man down here can help you," because he was trying to do it all by hand. And the man came down and said, "Yeah, I'll help you." And from there on, and we had people that would stop by and look and take pictures and wanted to come through the house and everything. And they took pictures. I didn't realize how important building a house was to the economy until I hear it now. And, well, you can see why the economy is lacking. You're about to build a house on every inch of ground. You don't have any space to build new houses, do you? I don't think so.
You're running out of them.
You only got so much world. And who's going to see? I don't have a dishwasher. I don't have a garbage disposal because they weren't here. They weren't here then. That was, see, they was, after World War II, everybody was trying to do something. Automatic washer and dryer, a furnace. They were still using coal furnaces. They were still delivering coal. They were still bringing ice on the hooks, in the block on the hooks. When you put your card in the window, 25, 75, 50, or 100, you set it in your window, whatever you wanted that day. And you had a wooden ice box. And you put a pan under it to catch the water from the melting ice. And we thought a refrigerator, boy, what in the world is that? And then the freezer drawers, frozen drawers. You put food in these frozen jars. Now everybody's got a freezer. Everybody's got a furnace that goes on without putting coal in it, taking the ashes out. Bringing up coal. Everybody had a coal bin, a coal scuttle. They call them coal scuttles, I think. Oh, boy.
How did you and Aaron meet?
Oh, at work. But I had seen him, and there'd be lots of times he'd be standing right beside me talking to the girl next to me. I guess they knew each other, school days or whatever. And he'd be standing right there by me. I could have touched him if I wanted to, I think she took him home. Everybody rode with everybody. At one time, RCA had 10 buses, 10,000 people waiting to catch a bus from work. That meant everybody was catching a bus. And when they had the bus strike, everybody decided, you're not getting me stranded no more. Everybody started buying cars. Of course, we don't have an RCA of any kind in Indianapolis now. And they made records. The 78 records. Enoch was over there. Uncle Enoch was over there. Everybody was. Elvis Presley kept them humming and making money. And oh my goodness. Everybody loved old Elvis Presley. So that meant overtime and a good job. Well, we did boom. And how did I meet Aaron? Oh, well, it got around. Well, Aaron was a union steward, so you'd have contact with him. But I was married and he was married, so nobody. I just saw him. He was a union steward. That was it. If you had a problem, you take it to Aaron or whoever. and Aaron got a divorce, and everybody in the plant said, oh, Aaron Vinegar's been a divorce. Of course, I had gotten a divorce way before him, 9 years before him. And so my girlfriend, Nancy Minner, I was coming to work at night. I was working at night. I'd have to catch that bus and come to work at night. All of a sudden, Aaron began to peep around the corner when I was coming down the hall. Here's Aaron peeping around the corner. His skinny as all get out. I thought, what happened to him? Because Aaron used to be fat. And I thought, wow, you must be sick. And then he kept on coming every day. When I come down the hall, here he, big head, be peeping around the corner, I thought. Then he began to talk to my girlfriend, Nancy, that I had a locker right beside me because I had to change my shoes and my clothes. And I noticed them big eyes kept looking at me, and I thought to myself, I ain't studying this. I'm not replacing no wife. That you end up getting a divorce from, that's your problem. And I would run into the bathroom, which was a girl's bathroom only. You could not come in there. So finally, he figured it out. He figured out when she starts to work, and I know she can't get off of them machines since she can't do nothing, but just stand there. He come walking through my department. Of course, he started an hour later for work because he was a shipper. And so I couldn't run. So one day, caught me going down the aisle, and he started talking, telling me about his brother playing on Johnny Carson's show. And Johnny Carson my brother's gonna be on Johnny Carson's show tonight. He'd be playing for Johnny Carson. I thought, oh, so what? And I thought, oh, maybe I'll look and see if I get home in time, because I rode with a fellow named James, what was James? James Wynn, I think it was. And so I made it home in time. There was his brother playing the big bass fiddle on Johnny Carson that night. So I was glad to tell him I saw his brother on Johnny Carson. So from there we just started talking, and he'd catch me going down the aisle, and here he'd come on his way out to go home. Johnny. And so one day he said to me, I don't know what he said to me, but I thought to myself, he keep buzzing in my ear like a bee in a bottle. I said, oh, shucks. So I took him a picture of Daryl's graduation. He was 13. And I showed it to him. I said, this ought to get rid of him. And I showed him Daryl's picture of graduation. He said, next time he graduates, I will be sitting right there. I thought, oh, Lord, have mercy. Who in the world would want you sitting there? Well, need I say more? And so I don't know how he got my phone number. I guess I gave it to him. And he'd call me every day at lunchtime. I thought, oh, Lord. And the phone would ring. And I was working nights and he was working days, so you know that wasn't too good. And the phone would ring, and it would be Aaron. And so finally I said, I said, how old are you? He told me. I said, I don't date nobody younger than me. And he said, oh, what's that got to do with it? Well, he's only, what, 11 months older than me, younger than me. I said, it's just a pattern. That's just something I don't do. He said, well, I'm a pretty nice guy. I think I'd be a nice person to be around. I don't think I'm such a bad person, man. So one day, and my girlfriend said, I think you two, so you're not doing nothing, and he's not doing nothing. Why don't you two get together and do something? I thought, oh, Lord. that was Nancy Minner. And so I thought, well, maybe I'll do that, get rid of him. You know, I'll be just as obnoxious as I know how to be. Get rid of him. Because I was thinking I wasn't going to be bothered with nobody. I was through being bothered with men. I had my share of them. And so we had that first date, and I just looked at him, and I thought to myself, he said, don't tell me where you live, because I know where you live. And I thought, oh, I know exactly. Well, he was living right up on the corner, and I didn't know it. And so I let him come over. And old Darryl sit there with his mean self. Oh, God. So anyway, we went to Ohio bowling. Him and his nephew, Joe King, his nephew. And we went to a steakhouse. And he treated me like a royal queen. I'm telling you, I felt like I was Miss Anne for sure. We had steak dinners, and he knew all the best places to go. And took me out to dinner. We went places and did things, and I thought, oh, wow. I didn't even know what the IHOP was. Oh, God. So from there on, here we go. Next thing I know, guess what? I got a son. His name is Elliot. Born July the 11th, 1973. What? That's Aaron's birthday. How about that? Can you imagine that on Aaron's birthday, a step-grandson?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Never know. Don't ever say I ain't going to do so-and-so. But I did have another boyfriend before him, but he was going to do me in, I guess. So one day he said, we going to sell this house. Yeah. I just finally got it back. We going to sell this house. And he had filed for bankruptcy and quit his job. And I thought, wait a minute. You know, I ain't going to be the only buried winner here. But I wasn't that smart then. He told me all about it, bankruptcy, and what to do for bankruptcy. So you can have a car and a bed and a house when you file bankruptcy. He knew all. And he quit his job out there at the finance center. But something just told me not to go for that. But he never did ask me to marry him, and I'm glad he didn't. Because I'd have probably been sitting out there on the sidewalk with a tin cup. Did you see what he was up to?
Oh, yeah.
I bet. And he would tell me, he told me about going to Las Vegas, how he saw that big sign where the man was waving. Did you see that big sign?
Yeah, he's still there.
And he brought me back a toga from Caesar's Palace. He told me about dancing on the back end of the boat. But he always would tell me about these places he'd been. I wasn't going no place with him. Christmas time, he'd pop in for a few minutes and be gone. Thanksgiving, he'd pop in and be gone. What kind of date is this? I'd have all the rest of come early Sunday morning and be gone the rest of the day. Then if he's going to stay with you, if he's going to spend time with you, he'd buy a 12-pack beer, case of beer, and sit up and drink it and go to the bathroom. Sit up and drink it and go to the bathroom and smoke cigarettes. Oh, God. And he had a daughter named Mary. I don't know why I was smarter than I thought. I was just dumb lucky. 'Cause that man didn't mean me any good. he'd be gone, and then he wanted to be be his own employer. And I thought to myself, this ain't gonna work here. I could. Then he was gonna. When I came home from work, he was gonna have my dinner ready. What? I don't eat that much food that you need to take the whole day off and have my dinner ready when I come home from work. What is this? So finally, that's when it says, you've taken up all my time you're going to take. You're not taking up no more of my time. I was so glad. So I was on the bus. I know he timed that bus. He had a girl in the car with him. Okay. And the bus stopped to pick up a woman. And, of course, she had to stop, too. And I could see that he had this woman in the car with him. It might have been his daughter or anything. I don't know. But I was glad he was gone. And them little popcorn calls, you know, when a holiday come, you 10 minutes is all you had, you know. Well, what you gonna do with the other 20 some odd hours? Hey, I'm just so glad that I met old Aaron. Aaron changed my mind. If we're not married by the end of the month, I'm gone. What? You got your nerve. I got used to being around you. I got used to going places, doing things, seeing people, meeting your new friends, and you meet my friends, which I didn't have too many. And I thought to myself, wow. You got used to him being over here on a Sunday. I don't know about that. I know I went to Marion on for a family reunion, and he wanted to go with me, and I told him he couldn't go with me. No family reunion. And then Vineyard drove up there, and he looked so embarrassed. I guess he said, that ain't going to happen to me no more, because next time I'm going to be married to you, and I'm going with you. Because he loved them family reunions. Oh, my goodness. He believed in family. Well, where did you tell me that his nephew is? Brad Smith. Who's he playing for? It's up in New York, isn't it?
Oh, Buffalo, yeah.
Buffalo, New York. You see old Peyton Manning's begin to come back after we done lost through, 3 games?
Yeah, he went over to Europe and had stem cell research.
So they say.
Yeah.
They can't put their finger on it. But all of a